my YouTube live stream this month. I'm calling it Hope, Laughter, and Snark because we need all three. And here's a combination of those. I'm going to get rid of this thing here. I'll apologize in advance for those of you who are just logging on. Please say hi in the chat so that I can tell you're here. If you are regular, say hi. If you are new to my live stream, um, tell me where you're from and how you found out about this. You're probably going to hear almost all vocal and almost none of the tracks because we're having some technical issues, basically because I thought this was simpler than it was and I didn't totally get everything set up. But that's okay. You get to be part of the experimental. This is like watching a Broadway show in previews. Okay, here we go. This is my tribute to the ill-fitting shoes that Trump likes to buy people and make them prove how loyal they are. Feel free to sing along. Showing that he's the boss is Trump's favorite thing. Yeah. He likes humiliating every underling. Yeah. And so he buys his favorite band of baggy shoes that are way too loose. Toadies prove they're spineless by putting on those baggy shoes in which their feet ooze. So many crises to deal with. The world's in a fog. Playing with the camera, yeah. But the only thing that Trump will read is the Florsheim catalog. Yeah. Guessing their sizes, giving a prize of baggy shoes. They're afraid to refuse. Few women in the White House don't have to put on baggy shoes. Phew, that they didn't choose. Having to give up their Louis Vuittons really rankles. Yeah, it's grim. I guess that Trump just assumes everybody has cankles just like him. That's why he gives them all those matching mall brand baggy shoes, which gives them the blues. But he's insisting they only wear their baggy shoes, which they'll blow a fuse. Dear leader, they're placating with humiliating baggy shoes, and we are amused. Well, thank you. Let's see if we've got anybody here in the chat. Has anybody said hi? Not yet. All right, if you have logged on, say hi. If not, I'll just know that there are a couple people watching. I'm going to tilt this down a little bit. So there. Let me know if you are watching and you can say hi in the chat. If you can't, you can always go to the Facebook posting on this and I'll check the comments later. Like I said, this is a bit of an experiment. We got let's see, one person watching. Good. Here's another one I did quite a while ago. I have a couple of live concerts coming up next month. I will post information about that on my Facebook page, and I'll also send it out in my newsletter. If you are not on my regular newsletter, please hit me up. My email is basically my name, lauren@laurenmayer.com, and I will put you on, and that way you'll get everything that I'm doing. You'll get not only a link to every video, but also a little bit of background about why I wrote it or how I came up with the idea, or just any behind the scenes fun stuff. All right, this I did a while ago, but given that Congress has yet again disappeared on spring break without fully funding the things that they need to fund and handling anything and pretending that they'd have no war powers, et cetera, et cetera. I didn't mention the war in this when I wrote it, but it still applies. Okay. I guess I'm going to have to find that track. Okay, this one. Thought it was there. Let's find this track. Let's see if this one will work. Will this work? No. Let's try the other one. Will this one work? There we go. No one sane has prayed for this idiotic trade war, and the economic damage Trump is doing is extensive. But the folks who could curtail this are clearly gonna fail this. All the chickens are in Congress. That's why eggs are so expensive. A competitive primary to these folks is too scary. And if Trump's attacks and bullying, they're way too apprehensive. Plus, they're gladly celebrating some great insider trading. All the chickens are in Congress. That's why eggs are so expensive. We learned about the three branches, but I guess these idiots missed it. At Trump's crap, no one blanches, which makes them all complicit. Some Democrats want to compromise as things begin to crater. And I want to scream, you don't negotiate with a dictator. No, sir. Trump breaks new laws each hour, but Congress has the power right there in the Constitution. But we can't make those guys see. Maybe fifth graders could teach him. It says they can impeach him. All the chickens are in Congress. That's why eggs are so pricey. They're running from reporters, not answering any calls to Trump's executive orders. They won't put up any walls, avoiding their constituents, not showing at town halls because they don't have any scruples and they don't have any basic decency. There are a few folks trying to call out all Trump's lying, laying out some policies and goals that could make sense if our democracy we do save by a giant blue wave, getting chickens out of Congress, then our joy would be intensive. But for now, the chickens are in Congress. That's why eggs are so intensive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's see chat. Let's see top chat, live chat, all messages. All right, not seeing anybody, but if you're watching the replay of this, obviously you can't chat in real time, but I will still check comments if you want to put them on. Like I said, this is a bit of an experiment to see if this works a little bit better. I like the visuals on YouTube a little bit better than Facebook, and I couldn't get Facebook to work last time, which is why I didn't have a live stream. I was all set up and ready to go, and we spent about 20 minutes trying to get Facebook to work, and it didn't. Oh, well. All right, so I'm going to just keep throwing out a few of the songs I've done recently, and this is my most recent one. It's funny, I just did a country song, and I forgot to put on my country hat, so let me go grab that. So here we go. I don't know if this will fit over my headband. There. Actually, you can't even really see it. All right. I'm not going to bother with the hat. I have another hat for something. So it's a little warm up here all right. So, are you here already? I think I'm the only one on. Yeah, I think you are too. It's me, unless you want me to shut it off and see if you have anybody. Yeah. All right. Well, if you were watching this replay, this is an experiment. So Scott's going to go log off. And if he's the only one, we may go to about 4:15 just for me to practice stuff. So I'm going to practice this song. And if you're watching the replay later, I hope you enjoy it. So here we go. There we go. This administration has earned a reputation for shameless inconsistency at which their minions shrug. Stuff they used to frown on, these days they're going to town on. With them, hypocrisy's a feature, not a bug. Oh yeah, there's always a tweet. There's always a quote. Exposing every lie they try to cram right down our throat. Thinking that they're clever, but the internet's forever. Whatever they say today, there's always a tweet. They blamed Biden and Obama for each crisis or drama. But now that they're in charge of stuff, they love to pass the buck. Or they once said, war, we abhor it. But these days they're all for it. Switching views so they stay true to the orange schmuck. Oh yeah, there's always a tweet or a published remark. revealing such duplicity. They sure deserve our snark. Whatever they say Sunday, they'll say the opposite on Monday. Don't fall for their deceit, 'cause there's always a tweet. Oh yeah, there's always a tweet or revealing videos of completely contradictory statements by these shameless schmoes. They try to deny it, but honey, we don't buy it. We see through y'all, because there's always a tweet or a video or a remark or a previous statement. We see through y'all, because there's always a tweet. Yeehaw. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. No, there's nobody, but there may be people watching the recording. So I'm going to go over to Facebook on my other computer. Hi, you can sort of still see me. You can still see me. Let's go to Facebook and see if anybody's over there trying to watch. Okay. Okay. Here. I guess it's not working here. I'll have to try it on this computer. All right, let's try this. All right, love you. Turn the air conditioning on for a minute. Mm-hmm. It is hot in here. See if we invite people. Oh, there's someone watching.
Oh, good.
No, they're not anymore.
Oh.
Oh, it's just me.
Sorry, love.
It's fine. Doesn't happen before. All right, I'm going to do another. I'm going to just practice and record. All right. So I know the sound. If you are watching this recording, we're going to go for another few minutes. Oh, wait. No, is there anybody watching live? No. Close this. I'm going to close that. Nope, it's a 0. All right. I'm going to do one more. Let's see if I can do this. This is one of my harder ones, but I'm going to try to revive this for my upcoming concerts. So let's just see how it goes. Yeah, I'll do this. If nobody gets on, we may just call it. The French were once allies we loved, but our oldest pals were bootin'. 'Cause Trump prefers you flatter him like Kim Jong-un or Putin. We've kissed off the lands that are quite democratic, 'cause tyrants are now Trump's best friends. His clicking with dictators is automatic, leaves our allies flat, but he'll smile at each autocrat. No more fights for human rights, 'cause on flattery he sure depends. Just say Trump's the greatest, then rule like a sadist. Tyrants are now Trump's best friend. There may come a time when we need our old buddies, but tyrants are now Trump's best friends. Democracy's history, he never studies, he's at ease with sleaze. Who needs enemies with friends like these? Say ta-ta to Canada as our loving relationship ends. Though insults to Justin had my heart poor bustin', tyrants are now Trump's best friends. Erdogan, Duterte, Kim, Xi, Al-Sisi. Talk to us, Vladimir. Tell us all. What have you got on the guy? Kind remarks from oligarchs, and the vilest of them he defends. The way to beguile Trump is easy. Just heil Trump. Tyrants. Tyrants. I don't mean democratically elected globalists. Tyrants are now Trump's best friends. All right, I will leave this up just in case. Oh, there is one person on. If you are watching, please say hi. I cannot see any chat. So if somebody stays on for a minute. All right, well, we'll do one more song. Scott are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, Scott is going to come do a duet with me. We'll see if you can hear the keyboard because this mic setting is really odd. We thought we would do something in honor of the late Seals and Crofts. So you want to try?
A customer.
You have one.
Hello, customer. Audience.
Yeah.
Seals and Crofts. Let's see. Seals and Crofts, 70s.
Keep the mic over. Let's do this.
So that you hear that a little bit.
Yeah, because it's only one.
All right. Seals and Crofts. Stan Crofts. All right. See if you remember this song. I think 72, I think is what we said. 69? What year was it? Ready? See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. A little light is shining through the window. Let me know everything's all right. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. You're supposed to repeat that. See the paper laying on the sidewalk, a little music from the house next door. So I walk on up to the doorstep, through the screen and across the floor. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine of my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine of my mind. Seals and Croft, rest in peace.
Yes. All right. Now I'll turn this.
How's our one customer?
Well, they're not saying hi in the chat, so nobody has said hi.
All right.
Let's see. I tell you what, I will play with one more song if you are able to say hi in the chat. If not, we're going to call it. It's really hot up here. Can you? It's really warm today, and we've only got one. Oh, two people. Yes, we've got people watching. All right, I might need you, love. All right. Um, yes, we've got two people watching. Yay! I don't know, but if you can say hi in the chat, that would be great. Uh, oh, it's not what we wanted. Okay. All right. Well, hey, we got some people. If you have requests, say hi. I'm basically going through songs. I'm going to be doing.
I'll just read about the war while you do your tunes and you tell me.
All right. Also, let me know, folks, if this air conditioning unit is bothering you. All right. I do want to do something hopeful. So, for the both of you who are watching, I hope this gives you some encouragement.
Wherever two or more are gathered.
This is maybe cold comfort, but it could be worse. When a sense of hope is hard to find, here's one thing to keep in mind. Trump's incompetence could save the day, as these folks always get in their own way. These idiots and sycophants might give democracy a chance. But as Trump's poll numbers collapse, he's either on his phone or taking naps. So, though it's pretty scary, we don't need to curse. If they knew what they were doing, it could be worse. So, don't curse, just be glad it isn't worse, right? Because not one moron by Trump's side is remotely qualified. And we might improve things down the line if the GOP regains its spine. Meanwhile, all these vain and brainless folks are inspiring lots of jokes, and incompetence could save the day. We gotta find hope where we can. Okay. Great. Oh, we had three for a second. Oh, well. All right. We still don't have anybody saying hi in the chat, so I'll just do. All right. The other thing is, the guy who's making all of our lives miserable doesn't seem to be too happy himself. So I've got a guest star for this song. I've got another guest star. So here we go. This is a parody of a song from a musical called Avenue Q, where everybody competes to see whose job is worse. Avenue Q was a show with Muppet-style puppets, so that gives you an idea. Oh, come on. Come on. Say, have you heard about Wumpy's latest polls? Terrible, like historically terrible. Good idea. When Don was little, he hoped he would be famous and popular, a star on TV. But now he's president and people can see he's a schlump with polls in the dumps. It sucks to be Trump. It sucks to be Trump. It sucks to be hated, incoherent, and incompetent. It sucks to be Trump. He is. Right. That's dumb. Ha! Folks come to this country for opportunities. It's not American to demonize all refugees or hang with tyrants who were our enemies. But Trump cozies up to them because he wants to be a dictator. So we're a global laughing stock, but not as much as one as Trump is, because every democratic country hates his guts. They know that Trump sucks. Trump shows that he sucks. In fact, he really sucks. Yeah, Trump really sucks. Yes, I am. I'm Lauren Mayer, a political satirist. I write a song a week to help our side resist. But it's also how I vent when I'm really pissed. But I feel guilty because Trump makes it so easy. It's easy to mock Trump. So fun to mock Trump. Though having trolls keep posting comments like, when you going to write one about Hillary, you libtard feminazi? It gets old, right? But we can pull through. Remember what's true. Be part of a crew. It works if we stick together. Stick together. Yeah, we gotta vote blue. Because decent people vote blue. Our friends do too. Meanwhile, there's lots to do. We'll all stand up for what's right. With humor shining a light. And mock these jerks day and night. Welcome to the fun side of the fight. I don't know how puppeteers do that. Just one song, and my hand is killing me. Anyway, we got a few. Now we have finally some comments. Let's see who is here. We have some chats. I'm going to say hi to the chatters. Hello, Lauren. Let's see. I am glad you found me by accident. Let's see. Barry, hi. Kristen, I'm glad you found me by accident. I post weekly songs. I've done one a week since August 2012. So if you go to my channel, which is Psycho Superman, you're going to see a lot of videos. Yeah, the Orange Maggot. Maggoteers, that's a really good one. I also call him Pumpkin Spice Palpatine, Orange Julius Caesar, Mango Mussolini. That's a good one. And no kings, vote blue. So here's the deal, folks. This is my very first time doing this on YouTube Live, and apparently I need to buy streaming software so that I can mix my mic and my tracks, and it's not working so great. So you're mostly just going to hear me. We turn the AC off. That's my little. I'm going to do a couple more. This is not an ideal setup, but I hope you'll come back to the channel. This is one where you don't really need to hear the track. Vote. Yes. So I'm going to do one about reproductive choice because that's another big issue. And then maybe I can talk my husband into coming and doing one about the White House demolition craziness. So here we go. This is Alabama was one of many southern states that's just really going to town. I forgot what state it was. I think Georgia, where oh my gosh. Oh, just the first time we found a live stream. Got it. Okay. So I do those videos. I used to do monthly live streams on Facebook, but I had a lot of people say they'd rather come to YouTube. And then last time I tried to do one on Facebook, it didn't work. So this is new. Oh, thank you. So I try to do these live just so I can connect with people in real time a little bit. And I'm going to do this one, even though I think the state was Georgia that tried to arrest somebody for having a miscarriage. Lovely. But this is my take on how far they're taking it in another southern state. Can you hear a little of that now that I'll go a little closer to the computer? Since Dobbs was decided, the Christian right and all their kin are leading states in the Southland to make most sex lives a sin. Watch them begin. About women's health care consequences. These guys have been completely deaf, but now the mess they've made is bothering them. They didn't mean to attack IVF, no clinics left. Sweet home Alabama, where Christian strictures we embrace. Sweet home Alabama, where we women know our place. The government is taking over now. Oy, oy vey, controlling how we procreate. Pretty soon the only screwing they'll allow is of the separation between church and state. Won't that be great? Sweet home Alabama, where basic rights we curtail. Sweet home Alabama, turning into the Handmaid's Tale without fail. Here we go, Alabama, oi, oi, oi. You can sing that with me. Alabama, oi, oi, oi. One more time. Alabama, oi, oi, oi. So here's some questions. Can I use the carpool lane if I'm ovulating? Just want to get those new rules firm. And when a fella's masturbating, does he owe child support for each sperm coming out to squirm? Sweet home Alabama, where Christian strictures we embrace. Sweet home Alabama, where we women know our place. One more chorus. Sweet home Alabama, where basic rights we curtail. Sweet home Alabama, turn it into the Handmaid's Tale without fail. Sweet home Alabama, fade out the music. Yay. All right, so let's go to, okay. Oh, you found me on Nicole Sandler. I love Nicole Sandler. She's been so great. I'm glad that you were all at No Kings Rally. I had to work yesterday, but I support them with all the songs and earrings, Claire's. You know, that cheap store at the mall that all the middle school girls get all their earrings. Anyway, let's bring up Scott. If you are new to the live stream, you might not have seen him in my videos. He sometimes guests. My husband's a professional singer and wonderful. And this was one he suggested. So let me get this out. Where is it?
We have customers?
Yes, we have a few, and there's a nice little chat going. So
all right.
Okay. So this is you can go on this side. I will get this going.
You brought your spirit with us. You were there in spirit. Oh yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Good.
This is about, we wrote this.
Are you playing this one or no?
No. So yeah.
Where's the sound coming from?
Microphone. They're getting it out of the microphone. So just leave it in the stand.
Well, where's the accompaniment coming from?
If you leave the mic kind of like that, it will get it from the computer.
If I just do what she says, everything will be fine.
Well, it won't be great. I promise everybody, come back next
week. We're having some technical stuff, but
yeah, but we'll get this better next time. Okay, this is Talking Heads burning down the house. You're gonna hear
Nicole Sanders. Who's Nicole Sandler?
I'll tell you later.
All right. Cool. Watch out. Trump's acting like a hooser. He's taking a literal bulldozer to our historic building. Ouch. Tearing down the house. Not right. First said he wouldn't do it. He lied. 2 permits, he said screw it. So it's a pile of rubble now. Tearing down the house. Also, we can build a huge ballroom for a greedy Scrooge. Grilled and crap in a hurry. Even told us on TV it's his main priority. Kids can starve, he won't worry. He's all wet. won't do a thing productive. So we get this bozo so destructive. His IQ is under 65, tearing down the house. The East Wing was a special place, full of history and grace. But not when it's in Trump's clutches. Baby, what do you expect? Nothing he won't disrespect. He'll wreck whatever he touches.
It's
Our house. All of us are the owners. We grouse. While tech execs get boners. Meanwhile, we watch this tacky house. Tearing down the house.
And the Senate and the Supreme Court.
Tearing down the house.
And the education and health departments.
Tearing down the house.
And any semblance of functioning government.
Tearing down the house.
They're making us agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Tearing down the house.
They're
tearing down the house.
Thank you, Scott. Let's see. Yes, he should have to pay. Yes, he should have to pay. Oh, God. And at the end, the architect quit. It's just a mess. It's a mess. Everything is a mess. I thought it was bad the first time around when Biden had to come back and clean up the mess he made. I feel sorry for the next person. But meanwhile, we have to keep laughing. That is my philosophy. In case you haven't seen a lot of my songs. Hey, turning. Hey, turning. Let's see. Hi, tuning in. Oh, hi. We were kind of toward the end of the stream, unfortunately, but I do these every month. I am going to do it here. I think the live chat is much more fun in YouTube than in Facebook. So, a few people know each other. Hi, Eleanor. If you are new to my live streams, but you've subscribed to my regular videos, that's great. But if you're new, just know I put out a new video every Friday generally. And if you're not on my mailing list, shoot me a quick one at lauren@laurenmayer.com. I'll put you on my mailing list. I just do once a week with whatever live appearances. I am coming to the DC Baltimore area middle of April if you happen to be in that area. Oh, I'm glad you like my songs. I love having an appreciative audience who get it. So I'm going to do let's see, what was I'm going to close with something well, yeah, I can do two more. So I want to do something optimistic, and I'm going to do one about how I really feel about things. But then let's see. Yeah. With this new SAVE Act, I wrote this 10 years ago, and I have to keep updating it. It's ridiculous. About the latest cause that makes no sense, never did, never will, never has. So here we go. Free and fair elections are the heart of democracy. So why do they fight them in the modern GOP? Sowing election doubt and denial. As conspiracy theories they applaud. Trotting out that same old tired myth. But voter fraud is a fraud. These days, their only platform is resentment and fear, plus making voter harder, which is they're not even hiding this year, because they say they're addressing concerns they themselves raised. That logic is seriously flawed, because voter suppression is a real problem, but voter fraud is a fraud. These new strict ID requirements discriminate. There's plenty of evidence to confirm it. Why can't you use student IDs, but you can use a gun permit? And poll watching and voter intimidation, including ICE, that ought to be outlawed. Yeah. In the name of something that's almost impossibly unlikely, because voter fraud is a fraud. Let's do the numbers, shall we? I actually did this. You're more likely to win the lottery or be struck by lightning or to be elected to Congress, which with half of these guys, it's frightening. more likely to give birth to quintuplets or win an Olympic gold medal, or to be hurt by a pogo stick or an exploding Rachel Ray tea kettle. Being attacked by a shark is more likely. Also, flying to the moon, being canonized, or being killed by a vending machine or balloon, killed by flammable pajamas, or mad cow disease. Voter fraud is less likely than all of these. Such ludicrous excuses, their argument is made up, which makes you think, which part of democracy are you afraid of? Closing polls and attacking mail in voting in a manner so roughshod, on top of the fact that Trump's family voted by mail. When restrictions are so broad, we can see through the facade of this right wing goon squad as they shamelessly maraud on our rights, leaving us slack jawed, saying, "Oh my God, voter fraud is a fraud. Yeah, 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 yeah. Schmucks." Okay, let me read the comments. Let's see. Oh my gosh. All right, I'll give you the Cliff Notes version of my professional trajectory. I went to Yale University to be a lawyer, realized I didn't have a thick enough skin to do politics. Actually worked as an intern for a gun control lobby, the one that has become the Brady campaign. And I cry easily. I'm emotional. That's not a good basis. Anyway, so I also always loved music. I was a classical piano student, discovered songwriting in college, went to New York to write the Great American Musical, moved to San Francisco to meet straight men, but got involved in the cabaret scene and discovered cabaret music, writing special material for singers, music directing in theater. And then in 2012, I started yelling at the television a lot during that election between Mitt Romney and Obama, where I thought political discourse had hit an all-time low. So I started writing these songs once a week and never stopped. So I do this, I do some performing, I teach musical theater, and that's my trajectory. And you can go to my website if you want to learn more, laurenmayer.com. And I'm going to conclude with what ties together everything I do, because I was a history major in college and really did think I was going to go to law school and maybe be a speechwriter or even run for office. So, but I do love, as a history major, I learned how to research and write. So I use it all the time in my writing. And the other thing, if you get on my mailing list, which I highly recommend, I can tell you more about my other projects. I'm working on a couple of musicals. I had one that had a workshop last year, and on another one that's a very feminist update of opera characters. These things keep coming up, and Scott keeps looking at me going, "Oh, I married a feminist." Yes, you did. But I'm also a student of history, which I actually find strangely reassuring, given that in history we've gotten through some pretty awful times. So I hope that stays true. And this is a little advice for people who are sacrificing their principles for what they think they is going to get them. I don't know what, given that loyalty is a one-way street with the Mango Mussolini. But this is my little, let's see. And I think there are a couple of things you might not, I don't know if you remember years ago, there was a whole flap about the purple Teletubby. And that's the one that carried the purse. And right wing, far right Christians were freaking out about that. And what was the other? I don't know if you know this, but the Vatican did forgive Galileo for saying that the sun didn't orbit the earth. It was the other way around, but it took a little while. So I think those are the only two little bits of background you need. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to close with a little philosophy, a little cheerfulness, and I promise next month, which will be the last Sunday in April, I will have things a little bit better technically, and I hope y'all come back. Here we go. Here's my history major's political definition. You will find that humankind is constantly progressing. What we believe evolves, just wait and see. But some folks won't lose outdated views as change they try repressing. That never works, so then those jerks will be on the wrong side of history. Why be so resistory to any type of open-minded thought? 'Cause what used to be okay ain't kosher, no sir, not today. Life moves forward, like it or not. For example, folks used to moan about the telephone or that horrid horseless carriage, and a lady wasn't decent without a girdle. Remember all the crap they said would happen if we had gay marriage, but no one turned out to try to wed a turtle. That was on the wrong side of history. Now it seems a mystery why folks feared wife or hubby and hubby. But now giving rights to trans kids makes right-wing nutjobs flip their lids the way they did about the Teletubby, the one with the purse. Before you pick a side to stick to, do a little research. 'Cause if to keep up with the times you're failing, your name will go with George Wallace, Joe McCarthy, or John Birch, Anita Bryant, Phyllis Schlafly, or Sarah Palin. Oy. On issues that range from climate change to not suppressing voting, racial justice, women's rights, or equal pay. Oh, we can make things be more fair and free without our heads exploding. Hell, the Vatican even finally forgave Galileo. After only 350 years, they were on the wrong side of history. Yeah, change can be tough and blistery, but we don't need to meet it with such defiance, especially when we're in a crisis. Honestly, the best advice is stick with facts, reality, and science, or else you'll be on the wrong side of history. I don't mean to use attack words, but stop trying to go backwards, or you'll belong on the wrong side of history. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back next month, but I'll be back next Friday with another song. Bye-bye. Now, let's see if okay, that was not very graceful. I'm looking for the button to end this. I don't know where it went. Here we go. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you want, you can leave me notes on my Facebook page or send me an email. I don't, there's the end stream button. See this, we'll get the bugs worked out next time. See you next time. Bye-bye. Let me see. Barry, let me know where you are in New Jersey. I am trying to get back east to do some house concerts over the course of the next year. And so, let's try to do it. All right. Bye.